Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2015 Hyundai Tucson, we're going to be showing you how to install the etrailer.com trailer hitch receiver. But before we get into that, why don't we just take a minute, check this out, and make sure it's going to be the right hitch for you. Putting a trailer hitch on your Tucson is really going to make a lot of things possible that you wouldn't be able to do without one, like use an accessory, whether it be a bike rack or a cargo carrier, or even if you're trying to pull a trailer around, having this back here is going to allow you to get all those types of things done. This is a class 3 hitch, so it's going to have the 2" by 2" opening. Really common, a lot of different things are going to work with it. It's going to use the 5/8 pin and clip, which is standard, but one's not going to come with the hitch. If you do need one, not a big deal. You can grab it here at eTrailer. Or a lot of times if you end up getting a new accessory, they'll come with one anyway, so just keep that in mind. Safety chain openings are a loop style, and they'll give us enough space to use pretty much any size hook that our trailer might have on it. As far as the hitch's weight capacities go, it's going to have a 350-pound maximum gross tongue weight rating. So it's going to be the amount of weight pushing down on the hitch. That's a decent number, and you'll be able to use most bike racks, just to give you an example there. As far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating, that's going to be 3,500 pounds, or the amount of weight pulling on the hitch. So that is the weight of your trailer, plus anything you might have in or on it. One thing I do always like to suggest, though, never a bad idea, just to grab your Tucson's owner's manual. That way you can check in there and make sure that your SUV can handle that much weight safely. Let's go ahead, just grab a couple of measurements, and these will help us figure out what accessories will work best. So from the ground to the top inside edge of the receiver tube opening, it's going to be about 13 inches. So if you plan on pulling a trailer, chances are pretty good you can get a ball mount that has a rise in the shank. Probably that 2 to 4 inch range, work for a lot of people. If you go from the center of the hitch pin hole to the edge of the rear bumper, that's going to be about 5 inches. And you can use that to help figure out that if any folding type accessories you might have can be stored upright without hitting the back of your Hyundai. Compared to some of the other hitches available, really not a ton of differences. You know, this one isn't quite as heavy duty as some of the others, has a little less weight capacity. You know, whether that's important to you or not, it's just depending on your situation. You know, if you plan on using a bike rack or something, probably be a good option. I do like the way it looks though, as that matte black finish. To me, it just looks a little more factory, kind of matches our plastic bumper there a little bit. So, you know, that's my opinion. It's just really going to depend on what you like. As far as the installation goes, really simple. Essentially, all you do is lift the hitch up and put bolts in. So, really not bad at all. But if you like to see how it's done, feel free to hang around. We'll go ahead and get started on it now. To begin our installation, we're going to be underneath the back of our Tucson, and we're going to move over to our frame rails located in these areas here to identify our attachment points. We're going to have 2 attachment points on each one of our frame rails, and they're going to be the same on each side of our vehicle. So we'll have this one, and these are threaded well nuts. And so what I suggest doing is cleaning them out. You can spray in some penetrating oil, take a tube brush and work any of that gunk or debris that may be inside of there out. And whatever we do to this side, also do to the other side from here on out, because it'll be set up the same way. But the hardware that we're going to use to secure the hitch is just going to be a bolt and a conical tooth washer. Make sure that the teeth on the washer are going to face up towards the hitch. And so when we hold the hitch up, we'll line up the holes in it with these holes, and then these will simply just thread right into place. So now with the help of Brad here, and get the hitch into position, you want to kind of start by putting it over the tailpipe there on that side. And then we can kind of just swing it into place and get it lined up and get our hardware started. With all of our hardware in place, we'll come back with the 17mm socket and snug it down. Now we can come back with a torque wrench and tighten down all of the hardware to the amount specified in our instructions. And that'll finish up our look at and our installation of the etrailer.com trailer hitch receiver on our 2015 Hyundai Tucson.